All right, welcome back to part 2, Anders versus Tekkz. Let's go ahead and get right on into it. Oh my gosh, dude. I'm making this intro after I did the review. Dude, this is insane. Anders is literally insane at this game. Let's get into it. If you want an even easier way, check out lootbar.gg. They have the lowest prices, fastest delivery, while being 10% cheaper than any other platform and trusted by big names like ProOwns and Zorky. You also have insanely good reviews on Trustpilot. Get 10% off with my code JohnSims at checkout. If I could teach anybody to become a better player, this is like a better defender. This is it, okay? Right here. So boom, so he's stepping high. He opens up a huge gap here. So now he needs to pull up an offside trap. So it does lower down. And so now he's double marking that. So you can see how he's marking that. That's a very good mark. And then boom, look at this spot right here. Look at this zone. So now he's essentially eliminated this area. But I want you to look how tight this position is. It makes this so smooth right here. This zone, watch the shot. Watch the position he's going to go for that poach. Boom. But look where he stops. He stops right on the player, and then he backs off into a better defensive position, and then boom, he's right back into that zone. Now, that's luck, because that's Capina, right? That is perfect defense. And look, look at Anders. Like, look at this. Look at this. Look at Anders like, what? So these are, like, that's where Pina's literally broken, okay? So, like, her body type just bounces off. Perfect defensive position. Perfect position, and boom, look at the tackle and the animation, and then bounces off of her, and then boom, right? So we're back to classic FC, classic FIFA, because that's the type of goals, and he knows it. He literally, I'm telling you, I scream like Andres. He's like, oh yeah, he's like, I did everything perfect, and he did. There's literally there's no excuse for that. Now, the only thing I can say is on this clip right here, it looks like he does a little bit dribble backwards and then he does 1-2. And so the game changes the reference point of the tackle position. And so either yeah, dude, I'd be so mad. I would be so mad. And Tekkz is like, oh man, So Anders knows that he has to come back and he has to win this big. So it was a tight match right over here. So now you're going to see some fury coming through. So there's a step. Tekkz does this, and this is fantastic. I want to challenge everybody that's watching this video to try to learn how to do this. But it's a change of pace. If you guys are NBA fans, Allen Iverson, Steve Nash, those guys, the new guys, they all learn change of pace, change of play, but they're not naturals. Like Jason Tatum, he's not like a natural, right? But like a guy like Steve Nash, dude, Nash is just clean, right? Oh man. But like, I want you to see this. What he ends up doing here with Tekkz is, I want you to see this. He pauses. What this does is it does a couple things. Your nerves are going like this the entire game. Okay, like when you're running and you're going back and forth like, oh, and everything's moving like this, like your whole body, your whole mind's moving, shifting, and then it just stops. It's like, whoa, and like you have to like resync. Now, what that also can do is it can kind of expand the gameplay. It can also create space and timing that wouldn't normally be there. And so this is something that Tekkz does. I want to try to get everybody to do this sometime. But what you end up seeing is a huge gap that separates from the back line. And you end up getting this huge gap right through there as that back line opens up. Boom. And look at this right there. Look at this huge space. Look at that huge space. And then he's going to try to hit and rip that space. And so that is fantastic by Tekkz. I will say that. So I want to challenge everybody to do that. And that's how he ends up winning that space. And so he's probably going to do it again. I would say Tekkz was once known to be when chaining was the thing. See, he does it again. Just nerves. And he's like, oh, he knows, man. He knows. I mean, that's two pretty spot on shots by Tekkz right now. Tekkz should have those. But he's gotten a little lucky, honestly, with one of the goals for sure. Two of them, maybe. That is just a step. That's an example. You just honestly, making bad passes is the difference in winning and losing games. That's where you're going to lose. Like, I'm not talking just like a simple turnover. I'm talking like an actual bad pass. That was like an actual bad pass, right? And so, anyways, but here we go. Hey, yowzers, man, that was crazy. I hate set pieces because they're so easy to break down. And like, look at the AI over here. Like, what's going on over here? 1, 2, and all he's wanting to do is look, boom, and it's just 1, 2, 2, 2. You know what I mean? It's just bing, 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 bing. I honestly think that like it's the game devs have such a tough time. They have such a tough challenge to play on that essentially. But fantastic play here by Tekkz. There goes Mbappe. He's gonna wait for it. Does he get it? No, he doesn't. That's great decision making, and that is great timing. Now he's gonna pull the drop line. Now he's gonna wait. Oh, that's a fantastic. That's it. That was fantastic by Tekkz. The timing was just really tough. This is fantastic. This is probably Texas' best attack in this match so far. It just didn't convert. Besides this first one, actually. 1, 2, right here. There comes the play, and it's actually coming off a set piece because of it. But here goes Mbappe. But this is right here. Most players, you guys are making this pass regardless of the defensive position or not. That is the dumbest thing you can do. This is the difference between being like an elite player and a Division 1 player. Elite player is not going to make this pass, okay? We're just not. It's not going to happen. Pro player, never. Okay? Never going to happen. Now, what would change is maybe a player lock wide, right? Maybe a player lock in, a creative run inward. Maybe a creative run inward. Then that pulls this defender backwards. And then they start to cut this way. And then they do another cut this way, right? And so I guess what I'm trying to say is we're never going to make that pass. So he does this shifty movement, and he gets that creative space, and then boom, now he's got into this zone, and now he's got this attacking lane. And so he understands that the chess play is later, and so the nice, cheeky Maradona, he just barely messes up. And this is where it gets so tight here. This is where this gameplay gets so tight, because what ends up happening is once we get into this spot, and he gets this little Maradona, this roulette right here, boom, perfectly right here, his controller is going like this, and then he's shooting like this. I want you to understand that, like, in real life, the way you receive your first touch, is everything. So what happens if he receives the ball this way, and then he's able to shoot? And so that's where, had he just angled that first touch this way instead of this, you see what I'm saying? So if it was that way, boom, he's got a goal. And that's unfortunate. Tekkz had that. That was very close. Now, the only thing I don't know is if the animation of Anticipate Plus had anything to do with the outcome there. But that's the only thing I can think of. Potentially, that would be out of his reach there. So that was poor. That was poor attack. He just came and he just got pushed into a puzzle position. No creative runs, no player locks there. Nothing going on. Nothing crazy here. You see, there's no player locks. There's nothing. They're not doing anything crazy. Ball roll scoops. You don't see a lot of that type of stuff with Honors and Tekkz. You see a lot of skill dribbling movement. Both are solid there. There's the pull out wide, and this is the again, guys. You don't, like, Tekkz doesn't need a coach to break this down and say, don't make this pass when the defender's in the way. He doesn't need that, right? He doesn't need that. That's not right. And so the thing about it is he has some of the best timing in the world. Anders has probably just the actual best timing in the world, and that's what you're seeing here. You're just seeing a timing and tempo thing challenge there. You're not seeing, again, look at that timing from Anders, and he just gets enough space, and there's the game. That was absolutely fantastic counterattack. This is fantastic play by Anders. So right when he gets into this space, all the way forward. I want you to see this. Let's break this down step by step, because this is how you're going to really improve your counterattacks right through here. What I'm about to break down, guys, this is exactly it. I don't like to toot my own horn, but if you watch my gameplay, like 95% of my attack strategies are counterattacks. That's like 95%. So I'm a counterattack heavy player, and I'm a strong defensive wall player. I am not as aggressive, and I'm a highly aggressive press on the front, and then I give up the midfield because I don't care about it. I wall up and I press high, and then I also counter very, very drastically. That's the way I play. That's always been my style. So when we get into this space here, this is right up my alley to go and send this ball all the way forward. That is by far the most important and impactful thing you can possibly do. Send the ball directly straight to the top whenever you get the ball. I promise you, that's the best decision you ever make in your life. If there's something I would say, I'd give one tip to somebody to say how to get better at this game. I would say pass the ball to a striker or an attacker the second you win the ball, and your gameplay will improve drastically just from that tip. And guys, don't forget to subscribe if you like these tips. We got a lot more coming. So boom, all the way forward. That is by far the most important thing you can possibly do. And I promise you, you do this, you will score goals. You will just start scoring goals after goals after goals if you're like a D4 player or whatever. It will just happen. This area right here is what I call the queen's position. If you guys have been watching me a long time, you guys know all my stuff. But this is the queen's position, okay? When we get into the attacking zone, this is the most important area that you can attack, okay? And FC 25, I've been a top 100 player in the game. And this is exactly where we attack, okay? We want to attack directly into this space. And the reason why is because what you're going to see is this zone will close down, but this spot gives us, I call it the queen's position because the queen in chess can do anything they want. This player and this zone has the power to go anywhere on the pitch as fast as they possibly can. This is the attacking highway. This is like the center of the city, right? All roads lead to this position. And the second you get pressure from one, that's where that play opens up. So what I want you to see is as this player comes in, look at the zone. Now he's adjusted the zone. All he did is he shrunk the zone to open up timing. And so Tekkz does the worst thing he possibly could have done. He steps with a tiki-taka player with technical while the run's coming through, while he has this additional run. The smartest thing he possibly could have done is actually just faked and then faked slightly, charged back, and then just started running like this because there's no way he's going to be able to win that spot. Because if he steps back, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to eliminate that deep ball all the way forward, okay? And so that's why you want to get that lane, because what you're going to end up opening up is actually a short play all the way wide. And these are what I call possessive angles. Attacking angles are more direct towards goal. So the tighter those angles get, the better the angle is towards goal, the better the attacking angle. This is a really strong attacking angle, and strong, and now it's getting weakest, right? So that's the idea. So that's an extremely strong attacking angle, and he just gets a very nice space. So just really poor defense again by Tekkz. But he has to understand, guys, this stuff is moving so fast, right? This stuff is moving. Yeah, it's Anders. It's not like But if you watch right here is the most important thing, right? One, and see how boom. I want you to see this though. What happens is technical, and then watch. He knows it's coming, and so what does he do? He lets go of technical. You can see he lets go of technical, and he's already ready to pass it. Boom. He was ready for it. He just knew it was going to happen. He wanted to bait that. You see, he was like, yes, I got it. Yes. He cracks me up, man. But he's so good. He's so good at this game. But all right, here we go. So now it's 4-2. Gameplay is continuing to go, and we're nearing just halftime here. So as this play continues, now it looks like Tekkz is just trying to figure out how to attack this position. And he doesn't know what to do. He really doesn't know what to do. He's just bad timing, man. That's just bad timing. He steps when he shouldn't have. And then he's just going to try to bulldoze that. Term is probably the best defender in the game, that's for sure. 1, 2, all the way forward. Timing, he's got about 3 seconds. 1, 2, back. Does he get it? He does get the edge. To get the space, he's in the zone. Does he turn? Yeah, he did, man. Dude, the second it opened up, I saw the goal coming. Right here, I saw this goal opening up. Right? Boom, right there. Because of that step. That step makes this entire game, this entire chess piece open up by statistics. Because that pulls that player out wide. And that is huge because what Anders, look at this. You can like, I'm telling you, if you just watch the reaction of these guys, you will know the peak moments. If you watch back, you'll just honestly, that's the best thing to do is just literally watch back and just look at the reaction. Look at these. He knows it too. He knows it's coming. But had Anders not done this dramatic view, he would have just pulled this down. All he had to do is pull this down. He has this managed. He double R once. If he double R once, he drags his position back. Because if he drags this down, you can see how he's to adjust. Now he's too late. And so then he steps. And honestly, Anders could have managed that. That was on him, man. That was on him. His reactions are priceless. That was on Anders. That was not that. Honestly, like Tekkz was just playing pretty static play. This is just 1-2s. Anders' dramatic, like his dramatic demeanor, is the reason why that goal happened. He could have come back. He could have managed it. But he didn't. He was expecting the pass. So if you actually look, he was expecting the pass to go inward, and then like right here, that's fine. That's a positional challenge. And so then Tekkz does a little fake here. And so what Anders was thinking is he's going to come this way. And so he's about to step there. But then he tries to rebound step this way. You can see that. And so then it just doesn't get there. But anyways, that's on Anders. That's on Anders. 100%. That was Tekkz just being static. And what I mean by static is like, you're not being tricky with the mind. You're just playing fluid football because of a mistake, right? So once that fullback steps, Anders was like, "Oh crap, I know." And then he like almost like gave up just in general. Like he just gave up the position regardless of both, right? So I guess what I'm trying to say is to get better at this game, for Anders. Just don't care. You know what I mean? Like he's got to lock in mentally. And for me, whenever I play, I've got to lock in mentally. I'm at the age where I just get tired. I like if somebody just plays possession for the entire game with no attack or anything like that, I just get bored. I honestly start to get I get bored. I've played the game so long. It's like anyways. And that's poor defense by Tekkz. If anybody knows what I mean by getting bored by your opponent's skill, I think it's a high elo thing. What happens is like I get stimulated, I get dopamine from playing players that are my game skill level that have the same challenges as me. I just hate playing possession and chasing. But here we go. He gives up the queen's position again. It's essentially attacked in the exact same step position, and so it's the same zone. Same play, and all he has to do is just wait for the timing. It's a different time position. He's running to run it. If he cuts in, stays down. All he's doing is changing the timing. He's waiting for the position. You can see now he's waiting. He checked that off. So it's back, and now he's going to be patient. And then all he's looking for is a tiny little window, and that's all it is. And so this is just really, really, really smooth play by Anders. This is just a smooth counterattack in timing and decision-making. And so this is just him waiting. And so this is where to defend this, you actually have to do something different. What you end up wanting to do is actually neither of these. First off is you need Mbappe out of the play to do this. But right here is when you want to get Correa or whatever his name down. And what you're going to do is you're going to use that double R1 now. And what that's going to do is it's going to lock this player to here, and it's going to mark this. Now, the unfortunate part of this is Stam may step forward. And that's where the algorithm might step like this and then like kind of like pivot and rotate, hopefully like that. That's what we want. But what you're going to try to do here is you're going to try to mark here and pull this in and then do what I do, a multiplayer switch. And what a multiplayer switch does is you're going to try to mark this zone, and you're going to try to track that position to mark Yamal there. You almost have to give up Stam. You basically almost have to give up Stam mechanically in this game to make it work. And then what you're going to do, is you're going to try to get this player to come back on the back shoulder here. So the ultimate goal is to essentially eliminate the 3 gaps. That's gap 1, 2, and 3. Those are the 3 gaps. Now, what I mean by that is when Sol Campbell's right here. So that's that 3rd gap, okay? That's all you're trying to eliminate, and then you're going to try to apply pressure into this position from the backside. So the whole point is trying to pull this down. You end up like stepping like this, and you eliminate that. And then Sol Campbell runs into this position, eliminating all threats right here. So you can see how you can cover all grounds by doing that. It's really tough to do it, especially when somebody's being tiki-taka like this and being cheeky, because what ends up happening is you get into this position where I call it being switched off. So like right now he should be double R1ing, and that's going to lock that position in, or it's going to lock this player down while you manually mark that zone. And so he pulls that player off, hits that R1, and boom, creates that separation, and then that throws him off. And so now he's behind the play. And so he had to get above it, and then now he just, that's the one thing about not Sol Campbell, sorry, Turam. That's the one thing about those guys is like they're so big, they're so fast that the second they overstep, they move. They step and they move. They step and they move, right? And so ultimately, that's really the analysis here is he's ready. Even with Jockey Plus, look, boom. Even with Jockey Plus and that little R1, you can see that little teeny R1 here, and that opens up that AI just into space. And so that's all he needed. And from there, it looks like he gets another one. We'll just go through some of these goals here. Another counterattack. There's that rip. And he's probably going to cut right back. You see ball roll scoop. No, he doesn't. Looks like, oh, he just makes it bad. He does a longer possession than I thought it was going to be there. There's the jump. Look at this passive pressure. Dude, Anders, bro. Oh, dude, my mind would be melting numb, dude. If you guys don't know what I mean, if you have any respect for FC, if you guys are still watching this video, drop a like, please. If you've been enjoying this, because what I'm about to show you is why Anders is definitely the best player in the world. I'm about to show this to you. Okay, this is crazy. I love doing this. I absolutely love playing like this if I can manage the timing. But against good, quick players, it's really hard to do this. I want you to see how many passing lanes he really has available. Look at this. Boom. Look at his passing lanes. Is this available? No. He's going to get pushed, and that pass is going to be tough. So he's going to have to pull right here. Boom. He's going to have to pass. Where's the passing lane? Nothing available. There he is. He's open. Guess what? Nope, not anymore. Right here, pass available. Nope, not anymore. Anything available? No. So he's going to have to come here. So there he goes. And then where's the step? Oh, he's going to step back, and look at that pass. Cut. Everything. Cut. Step. That makes your decision processing, like your brain mental power, so much harder. And then he gets an easy goal from a counterattack. And so what I meant by a high pressing forward, like when I talk about my play style, that's more along the way I like to play. I love to play that way because those are the easiest goals you're going to score. And honestly, to do it against Tekkz, like me being able to do it against, like, you know, elite players is one thing, you know, casual US North America elite players is one thing, but doing it against Tekkz, you know, to be fair, Tekkz has been an FC Pro longer than I've even been in content, like since I've even been in content. So, for him to do that to Tekkz, dude, that's wild. That's madness. And so, if there's something I would say to Tekkz as a coach to improve where I'm seeing his gameplay, his skill play, and you guys have to understand, Tekkz is better than me. his gameplay is so smooth when it comes to dribbling and going one-on-one. But getting to the one-on-one is not his strong play. And what I mean by that is his ability to play one-on-one is matches Anders, matches the best Emery, it matches those players. But when it comes to like right here one-on-one, he's going to be really good. Boom. But once you brought in two players, he breaks down. And his decision making, once you get multiple players in, it gets much harder. So like against a really solid defender. So like right here, he should have played it here and then kept it one-on-one. I would say play it one-on-one. Boom, boom. 1-2, and then try to cut that back, and then R1, and then try to shift him down and try to get in and cut, right? But like he's not doing that against Anders. And I understand it's not so easy. Because Anders is so fast. Oh man, he's making so many little mistakes, but he takes the risk there. And so now he has to come back. So now he has to press forward with this. Does he turn 1-2 all the way in? Ball roll, cut, ball roll, rotate. That's a great turn. But you see how he's pressed into his position. It's because, dude, Anders just absolutely annihilated. I think we're gonna cut the video here. Just because I think it's just total annihilation from there. But guys, if you guys want your own coaching session, you guys can do so in the link below. Check me out at medify.gg. And if you guys are brand new, make sure you guys subscribe because we're the only one that breaks it down at this actual skill level. Everybody else, I don't want to say they're bad. I'm just better. I hope you agree. All right, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in.